This isn't just another church event. This is Impartation Conference, March 13th through 15th in Atlanta, Georgia. And this time, it's personal.
We are building a safe space where you can love God without fear, a space where you're not judged, but seen, heard, and honored for who you are.
This is your moment to grow, not just in spirit, but life. The clarity, the shift, the alignment is already happening.
And those dreams you buried, we're reviving them. We're breaking mental caps, tearing down limits, and helping you step into the version of you that was always possible.
This is more than a conference. It's a homecoming for your soul. Break free, grow deep, dream bold. Join us March 13th to 15th at the Renaissance Atlanta Airport Gateway Hotel. Register now at impartationconference.org.
Safe Space, refuge for growth and healing. Want to be connected to all that Safe Space has to offer? Join our email community. Stay in the loop with inspirational insights and updates. Join our email community and connect with like-minded individuals on the path to self-discovery. Sign up now.
Find your tribe in a safe, supportive space. Join the Safe Space private community and connect with others who get it. We're waiting for you. Stay connected wherever you are with lives and video drops. Text V Terrell Hill to 833-458-3658 for instant updates and powerful insights. Join the text community now. Curious about what's next? Book an intuitive tarot reading with V Terrell Hill and get the clarity you need. Your future awaits. Heal from within and transform your life. Schedule a soul healing consultation and take the first step towards wholeness. Start your journey today.
Click the Linktree link inside of the description box connected to this video for all of what the Safe Space universe has to offer.
My people, my people, my people, my people, my people, my people. How are y'all doing today? Happy Tuesday, everyone. What a wonderful day to be with you all connecting. We do have something to talk about today. The name of today's show is When Ignored Warnings Become Everyone's Reality. Now, who is everyone? White folk, Caucasians. And what we're going to talk about and what we're going to talk about today is how the names in the body and the blood of Black people have been talking points, caricatures to create political rivalry, stories to own the other side. But while it's marching, while it's protesting, while it's proving the point, nobody ever thought it was going to be their reality. It was always a story to tell about them. And now we're living in a reality that a lot of us knew existed and was real, while a lot of us thought was just for the plight of the Blacks. I mean, let's keep it a buck. What's the number one conversation when a Black person is shot innocently by the cops? Were they a thug? What were they doing? What kind of job they had? Because in order to not be shot by the cops, and you know, you have to be a model Black. And so if you were shot or mistreated by the state, by the authorities, by the system, then you clearly wasn't a model black. And social media, as well as legacy media, did their level best to prove that this person was mistreated, fatally or not, simply because they were not model. But now we're in another reality. Lord have mercy. We are in another reality now where the leopards have come to eat everyone's face. And there's a lot of crash out going on because this is unprecedented times. America's never, ever been where we are right now. We've gone too far. Someone even had the nerve to say, I wish we would go back to regular police abuse. Somebody really took the time to put that, whether it was on their phone, their iPad, their PC, or laptop, and they decided to type that out and hit post, and they really thought they were cooking. Why? Because that time where we were suffering from regular police abuse, it wasn't us, it was the blacks. Now, I'm willing to bet you that this person was probably an alleged ally. I'm so willing to bet you that she thought she was cooking when she wrote that post. I'm willing to bet you that it never crossed her mind that what she was basically saying was, I wanted to go back to when black people was getting abused. She was probably being snarky and funny because, well, no skin off her back. So we're going to be talking about all of that today, okay? We're going to bring up a couple of examples of when America ignored warnings that got us here, okay? And those warnings were not Donald Trump. Those warnings were not what Barack Obama said would happen or what Kamala or Hillary and et al. Said would happen. Those warnings was before that, yet ignored. And we're going to go through that and talk about that today, all right? So it's going to be a really good show. And we're going to get on out of here probably in an hour or less. And then we're going to, this is so stupid. Hold on for a second. What? This is so stupid. Hey, babe, it's Tracy from daycare. You forgot your kids. We finna close soon. Okay, Tracy, just sit them outside. I'll come get them momentarily. All right, so don't y'all go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to be talking about the warning signs, and then we'll take another break, talk a little bit more. Oh, but you know what, though? Hold on for a second. Before we do that, let me say this. Thank you, D Wisdom, NYC, Lady Wisdom. I have not heard from you in a while. It's good to see you on here. And make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, and comment too. All right, so Kanye West has put out a very word-filled apology. Here is my response to that really quickly. He wasn't talking to us. Was he talking to us? Let's see real quick. Hold on for a sec. Before we go on break, let's find out if Kanye West was speaking to us or not, okay? And then we'll continue on with this good old show. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Oh. Okay. All right, hold on one second. Let's see if old Kanye was talking to us. Yeah. Let's just go ahead and nip this in the bud real quick. Let me see here at the stage. All right. So this is the Kanye apology. We're going to read this together. Let's see if we are forgiving Kanye. Just real quick. All right. 25 years ago, I was in a car accident that broke my jaw and caused injury to the right frontal lobe of my brain. At the time, the focus was on the visible damage, fracture, swelling, immediate physical trauma. The deeper injury, the one inside of my skull, went unnoticed. Comprehensive scans were not done, neurological exams were limited, and the possibility of a frontal lobe injury was never raised. It was properly diagnosed. It wasn't properly diagnosed until 2023. That medical oversight caused serious damage to my mental health and led to bipolar type 1 diagnosis. Bipolar disorder comes with its own defense system. Denial. When you're manic, you don't think you're sick. You think everyone else is overreacting. You feel like you're seeing the world more clearly than ever, when in reality, you're losing your grip entirely. Once people label you as crazy, you feel as if you cannot contribute anything meaningful to the world. It's easy for people to joke and laugh it off when, in fact, this is a very serious debilitating disease you can die from. According to the World Health Organization and Cambridge University, people with bipolar disorder have a life expectancy that is shortened by 10 to 15 years on average, and 2 to 3 times higher all-cause mortality rate than general population. This is on par with severe heart disease, type 1 diabetes, HIV, and cancer, all lethal and fatal if left untreated. The scariest thing about this disorder is how persuasive it is when it tells you. You don't need help, it makes you blind, but convinced you have insight. You feel powerful, certain, and unstoppable. I lost touch with reality. Things got worse the longer I ignored the problem. I said and did things I deeply regret. Some of the people I love most, I treated the worst. You endured fear, confusion, humiliation, and the exhaustion of trying to love someone who was at times unrecognizable. Looking back, I became detached from my true self. Okay. What beautiful so far. In that fractured state, I gravitated towards the most destructive symbol I could find, the swastika, and even sold t-shirts bearing it. One of the difficult aspects of having bipolar type 1 are the disconnected moments, many of which I still cannot recall, that led to poor judgment and reckless behavior that oftentimes feels like an out-of-body experience. I regret and I am deeply mortified by my actions in that state and am committed to accountability, treatment, and meaningful change. It does not excuse what I did, though. I am not a Nazi. I am not anti-Semite. I love Jewish people, okay? So that is an apology towards the Jewish people, okay? To the Black community, which held me down through all the highs and lows and darkest times. The Black community is unquestionably the foundation of who I am. I am sorry I have let you down. I love us. Okay. Let's keep reading. In early 2025, I fell into a 4-month-long manic episode of psychotic, paranoid, and impulsive behavior that destroyed my life. As the situation became increasingly unsustainable, there were times I didn't want to be here anymore. Having bipolar disorder is not a state of constant mental illness. When you go into manic episode, you are ill at the point. You are ill at that point. When you are not in an episode, you are completely normal. And that's when the wreckage from the illness hits the hardest. Hitting rock bottom a few months ago, my wife encouraged me to finally get help. I found comfort in Reddit forums of all places. Different people speak of being in manic or depressive episodes of similar nature. I read their stories and realized that I was not alone. It's not just me who ruins their entire life once a year, despite taking meds every day and being told by the so-called best doctors in the world that I am not bipolar, but merely experiencing symptoms of autism. All right. My words as a leader in my community have real global impact and influence. In my mania, I lost complete sight of that. As I find my new baseline and new center through an effective regime of medication, therapy, exercise, and clean living, I have a newfound much needed clarity. I am pouring my energy into positive, meaningful art, music, clothing, design, and other new ideas to help the world. I am not asking for sympathy or a free pass, though I aspire to earn your forgiveness. I write today simply to ask for your patience and understanding as I find my way home with love. I guess that's the signature. Wowzers. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Well, let's do a poll, child. Let's do a poll. If you're on YouTube, in any other stream, you need to come to YouTube horizontal, because we're going to do a poll on YouTube horizontal. Okay. If you're on YouTube vertical, is he back at the cookout? ? And start polling. Come to the horizontal live, all right? I'll give you guys, it's 21:51 at 21:53. A matter of fact, we'll go on commercial, and then when we come back, we'll talk about the results. I guess I need to give my thoughts about it, huh? Someone made a beautiful example on Threads. They said that a client was bipolar, and when she would go into these manic episodes, she would harm her daughter. She's put her daughter in the car, ran into trees. She tried to burn her daughter, drop her daughter off a bridge, a whole bunch of heinous stuff. I don't remember exactly, but it was heinous examples. Well, by the time she was put into the institution, the judge said that she will never be allowed to be around her daughter again without supervision. Okay, this was many years ago, and she has beat this manic episodes. And even though she's beat them, the judge has said that it is irreversible damage, and she would never be allowed to be around her daughter for the rest of her life unsupervised. So the question is, has Kanye committed irreversible damage? You know, slavery was a choice. You know, the Heil Hitler song or whatever. I don't know about the Jew thing. I wasn't following that. I was following what you're talking about us. That's the question. Is he invited back to the cookout? All right. All right. Listen, don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're talking about Sandra Bland, Trayvon Martin, Tamir Rice, George Floyd, and a whole bunch of other people that were warnings to America, and they were not heeded. All right. So don't you go nowhere. We'll be right back.
This isn't just another church event. This is Impartation Conference, March 13th through 15th in Atlanta, Georgia. And this time, it's personal.
We are building a safe space where you can love God without fear, a space where you're not judged, but seen, heard, and honored for who you are.
This is your moment to grow, not just in spirit, but by the clarity, the shift, the alignment is already happening.
And those dreams you buried, we're reviving them. We're breaking mental caps, tearing down limits, and helping you step into the version of you that was always possible.
This is more than a conference. It's a homecoming for your soul. Break free, grow deep, dream bold. Join us March 13th to 15th at the Renaissance Atlanta Airport Gateway Hotel. Register now at impartationconference.org.
Safe Space, refuge for growth and healing. Want to be connected to all that Safe Space has to offer? Join our email community. Stay in the loop with inspirational insights and updates. Join our email community and connect with like-minded individuals on the path to self-discovery. Sign up now.
Find your tribe in a safe, supportive space. Join the Safe Space private community and connect with others who get it. We're waiting for you. Stay connected wherever you are with lives and video drops. Text V Terrell Hill to 833-458-3658 for instant updates and powerful insights. Join the text community now. Curious about what's next? Book an intuitive tarot reading with V Terrell Hill and get the clarity you need. Your future awaits. Heal from within and transform your life. Schedule a soul healing consultation and take the first step towards wholeness. Start your journey today.
Click the Linktree link inside of the description box connected to this video for all of what the Safe Space universe has to offer.
The system continues to fail Black people, and they will continue to fail you all. Like I said, because this happened with Orlando, when they get done with us, they coming from you, for you, and all your interracial children. Y'all are next, and you'll be standing up here fighting for justice just as well as I am. I am so disappointed in the state of Minnesota. My son loved this state. He had one tattoo on his body, and it was of the Twin Cities, the state of Minnesota with TC on it. My son loved this city, and this city killed my son, and the murderer gets away. Are you kidding me right now? We're not evolving as a civilization. We're devolving. We have taken steps forward. People have died for us to have these rights, and now we're devolving. We're going back down to 1969. Damn! What is it gonna take I'm mad as hell right now. Yes, I am. My firstborn one son died here in Minnesota. Under the circumstances, just because he was a police officer, that makes it okay. Oh, now they got free reign. He's found innocent on all counts. He's shot into a car with no regard to human life, and that's okay.
Hi, welcome to Safe Space. My name is V. Terrell Hill. I come live every Monday. I know it's Tuesday, Monday and Thursday. If you want to be notified when I come live, text V. Terrell Hill to 833-458-3658. Text V. Terrell Hill to 833-458-3658. If you're enjoying this show and you want to help support it, you can Cash App Safe Space VTH. You can PayPal Zelle info@vterrellhill.com, and the Venmo is at V. Terrell Hill. Cash App, Safe Space, VTH, PayPal, Zelle, info@vterrellhill.com, and the Venmo is at VTerrellHill. P.O. Box 221, Wissett, North Carolina, 27377 is the P.O. Box. Send me something nice. Always open, get live, whatever you guys send. You can join the private community by clicking the join button up under the live that you're watching now. If you're watching on your desktop or laptop, if you're watching anywhere else besides Twitch or Instagram, click the Linktree link in the video description box of the video you're watching right now. I have a spirituality and consciousness community where I teach and pray every Thursday and Saturday. It is a wonderful, wonderful experience for the enlightened and the evolved, all right? And you can go to joinsafespace.com for that. Email me info@vterrellhill.com. And last but not least, do me please a favor, like, share, subscribe, and comment, all right? Before we even get started, we've already got started. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. Let's get into the things of the things real quick. Let's see here. Okay, what we were just hearing was Philando Castile's mother talking about the unwarranted, very much unwarranted murdering of her son by the police. The social psychology of America has been to normalize Black pain. We can just close the show right now. The social psychology of America has been to normalize Black pain. Black pain is more of a caricature than a reality. So much that, as y'all have seen and will continue to see, there will be people that come on here, regardless of what I say, and say intentionally agitating things, because at the very least, why are we complaining and always crying? Because the normalization of Black pain in America is status quo. Okay? We're studied. We are pontificated upon. We are parented. We are rebuked. We are the foot soldiers of the protest. It's even amazing how I've seen more social media posts about where is Barack Obama? Barack Obama is quiet. He is silent. Where is he at? While saying that Joe Biden looks good and refreshed. Nobody even calls on George Herbert Walker. Where is Kamala? Can't believe she bought a new house. Well, everything is going on because the role of the Black person in America is to handle with ease our pain. And the moment we step outside of the line of this prescribed ease, we are the issue. We're not allowed to be nervous when we get stopped by the authorities. We're not allowed to exercise our rights and let the cop know that he has no right to search our car. We're not allowed to stir up a ruckus when an injustice happens. And if we do, then we deserve whatever comes to us. Now, at the same time, let your average white boy win a championship and they can terrorize the whole downtown. As long as it's not us. Our deaths became debates when in essence they were warnings. Lord have mercy. If you're from the church, the imagery in the Black Pentecostal church is a normal service, and out of nowhere the prophet gets stirred up, speaking in fierce tongues, saying, hear ye the word of the Lord, judgment is coming soon. And how you handle that prophetic utterance would be how judgment would hit your house, kind and gracefully, or forcefully and corrective. In church talk, just for the church folks, right? Well, the blood of our Black brothers and sisters was supposed to be a prophetic warning of what not could come, possibly come, might come, what was to come. But it was deduced to debate on whether or not he should have complied. Black people, our deaths have been treated like acceptable casualties. Casualty of war, casualty of peace, casualty of justice. No, if you need justice, find the nearest Black person, innocently take their life so we can march. You're doing your job. To die. Now, and after you die, you tell your people that we're not destroying the neighborhoods. We're not hooligans. We peacefully protest. What are you doing? See, this is why I don't like the Blacks. You're too emotional. That's why I'm real careful. You can't be my friend worried about what people think about you in public. You just act too ghetto around these white folk. What these white folk gonna think? Don't come around me making me have to center whiteness because you're not comfortable in your Blackness. There's nothing about me that's centered around whiteness, and if it is, I just ain't checked it yet. I'm probably sure it is. 45 years old is a lot of programming. I don't center whiteness in my life. I don't care. There's nothing about my life equation that got white in it. Because it is not my moral duty as a human being that is Black, born in America, ancestors come from America, to center anyone outside of my village. So my fellow Black people, before we even go farther in this, who bewitched you? Who made you feel like a part of your American Black civic duty was to make sure white people were comfortable? Oh. I just want to know. Don't be too loud. Don't show up as you are. Cold switch. Now, I am aware that in certain places, all things that are lawful are not expedient, says the Bible. So if you're still in a white-centered corporate America, then I get that. I get that. So take me in context. But for those of you that scold or rebuke your children at CVS, you simply on the back of not embarrassing yourself in front of white folks, you're propagating anti-Blackness and an alleged white superiority. If I'm going to act right in public, act right, quote unquote, it's because I want to. I have deemed whatever that right is right for me. And that's all I'm doing it for. Not right for nobody else. Why? You don't matter to me. Just like I don't matter to you. Now, are we clear? He just sitting there saying all that stuff. What if he just can't believe he's saying it like that on YouTube? So, you gonna beat me up? Anywho, let's talk about it real quick. Trayvon Martin, 17 years old, a black teenager killed February the 26th, 2012, Sanford, Florida, was walking back to his father's girlfriend's home after buying snacks when he was followed by George Zimmerman, who was a neighborhood watch volunteer. Trayvon was unarmed. Zimmerman claimed self-defense and was acquitted in 2013. Trayvon's death sparked national outrage and helped ignite the modern Black Lives Matter movement. An unarmed 17-year-old kid stopped by a volunteer because of a goddamn hoodie. And when Zimmerman got scared, he thought it not robbery to shoot the boy. And in Florida, with the stand your ground law, Trayvon Martin became a cautionary tale to parents, black parents, on how to prepare their black sons for the world and not for America in its wickedness. Sandra Bland, never forget her. Sandra Bland, she was too mouthy. She caused it on herself. She was a 28-year-old black woman who died July 13, 2015 in a Texas jail cell 3 days after being arrested for a traffic stop. The arrest escalated after she questioned why she was ordered out of her car. And remember, as an American citizen, we have the right to question authority. We have the right to get belligerent. It is the cops' job to make sure that they de-escalate. Cops are not ordained murderers. Cops do not shoot first and ask questions later. But somehow or another in the American dialogue, black people, should have complied. She wasn't stabbing the cop. She didn't pull out a gun. She was mouthy. Now, authorities ruled her death a suicide, but her family and many others raised serious concerns about her treatment and the circumstances surrounding her death. Her case became a symbol of how black women are treated by law enforcement. And instead of this being a cautionary tale for America, it was a cautionary tale to black women to act right when you're stopped by the cops. Tamir Rice. Tamir Rice was a 12-year-old black boy killed on November 22nd, 2014 in Cleveland, Ohio. Now, Tamir was playing with a toy pellet gun. Police arrived and shot him within seconds because a 12-year-old boy that's black must be dangerous to society. You got 17-year-old white boys who've raped the cheerleaders at their high school, and when they're held accountable, Pundits say they were young and made mistakes. 12-year-old black boy shouldn't have had that gun. His death highlighted how black children are often perceived as older and more dangerous than they are. We're going to be talking really soon. A dear member of Sacred Space is a professional in children with learning disabilities, and we're going to be talking about how black children are often underserved in the space of education because where they really have autism, they're labeled as behavior issues. Where the white student just easily, we got to make sure that he gets IEP, what do you call all IEP, whatever it is. White student, autism. Black student, bad, talkative. And let's not even get into the medical field. That woman who came to the emergency room in labor, screeching to the top of her lungs in pain, while the white nurse asked her questions and treated her like she was a bother. Let's keep going. Tamir Rice's death highlighted how black children are often perceived as older and more dangerous than they are. So instead of this being a cautionary tale to America, it was yet again a cautionary tale to black parents on how their black children should act in public. So now they're not allowed to have toy guns. Let me go back to Trayvon Martin real quick. I remember Barack Obama giving words about Trayvon Martin, and he said, if I had a son, he would be Trayvon. And because white people, generally speaking, they're so used to being centered in America, do y'all realize there is a group of white people that feel like that Barack Obama was one of the most divisive presidents in our American history? And that divisiveness comes from that one statement? Because how dare the president of the United States have empathy for a black boy? We've been bamboozled. Philando Castile, all of these names, these pictures are victims are below you. 32-year-old black man killed on July the 2nd, 2016, Falcon Heights, Minnesota. During a traffic stop, he calmly informed the officer that he was legally carrying a firearm. Legally carrying a firearm. The officer shot him multiple times when Philando was seated in his car. His girlfriend live streamed the aftermath on Facebook. The officer was later acquitted, fueling national protest. And again, it was a cautionary tale to black men that though the Second Amendment is a highly protected right of the American citizen, as a black man, when you stop by the cops and you do everything right, you can still be shot because you're black. Executed, murdered, taken out, snuffed out, fatality. Let's talk about George Floyd. And let me say something about George Floyd real quick. Y'all, I understand that Candace, my nephew doing in there. What is my nephew doing? Hold on one second. Anywho, Candace Owens, the thing can't even hear. Ear so bad. He upstairs with his grandma talking about, you call me? I'm right in the next door. Anywho, Candace Owens. I understand Candace is an agitator to a certain group of folks that, in my opinion, are anti-American. Because you cannot be anti-Black and be an American citizen. Anywho, Candace Owens did a whole documentary on George Floyd, where she accused George Floyd of being high on fentanyl. She took the shameless murder of a Black man and raked his name across the coals. Don't y'all forget what Candace has done all of these years. You cannot just come back from that. And that's why I'm a little weary of this Kanye thing. Some people, and I don't know if it's true or not, but some people are saying allegedly he's about to drop an album. So could it be that he realized the rants were not working? So now he has to come back? Because when Adidas let him go, he was like, watch what I do. I'm going to show you I can do it. Well, he did nothing. He resorted himself to Nick Fuentes. So is it that he realized his ignorance doesn't work, or did he really have to come to Jesus? Okay, listen to me, Black folk. I feel like there is an innate empathy in us because we have, as a people, through the history of this country, gone through a lot. But we gotta control that innate empathy. Everybody doesn't deserve your forgiveness. Well, Christ forgave everybody. Well, let Christ forgive them, not you. Let me tell you what I mean by that. We be so ignorant with our approach to integrity that we cosplay forgiveness, and really it is allowing people to walk all over you. There are people in my life that I am no longer upset with. I ain't got no heat for, and they will never, ever come back in my life. And if they do, I'm swinging. What else is there for me to do? Probably not literally, but proverbially, they're going to know what made you think, because I ain't got no heat, what made you think you can walk up on me? Don't you let this white-centered Christianity that was birthed out of the pits of hell of America have you forgiving people you need to forget. Don't you do that. Because in the fabric of Christianity in this country of America is anti-Blackness. Period. So you call yourself playing by the rules to be a good Christian, and all you've been is a good dummy for crackers. And I ain't doing it. You can kiss all of my behind. My love for God is not my love for you. They are not the same, and they are not parallel. No. Mm-mm. My trust for God is not my trust for you. And let me say this, since we're talking. The ignorance to think that the Meemaw and Pow Pow that died 40 years ago and didn't like black people, the ignorance to think that you and them are going to be in heaven together. Well, they accepted the Lord as their personal savior, so they're Christians. In what reality? That's how I know some of y'all fake. Because there ain't no way in the world you can sit around anti-blackness and call that person that's propagating it a brother in Christ. You are senile, out of your mind. No love for God, just religious. And you let people punk you by this, well, God don't see skin color. But cracker, you do. So until your cracker behind stop seeing my skin color, I see it. And the God I serve see it too. Okay? Pitiful, Pentecostal, pathetic parishioners of a horrible gospel called Christianity in America. Okay. Mike Pence is a Christian. Square Christian. Looked like a Christian. Little Christian wife. And it took an insurrection for him to act like one. And he still ain't really spoke out like he should have. All right, let me stop. Okay. George Floyd. George Floyd was a 46-year-old black man killed on May the 25th, 2020 in Minneapolis, Minnesota. A police officer knelt on his neck for over 9 minutes while George repeatedly said he could not breathe. His death was captured on video and sparked global protests. In 2021, the officer responsible was convicted of murder, marking a rare instance of accountability. I got to keep on going because I've been on here too long. Breonna Taylor, a 26-year-old black woman killed March 13, 2020 in Louisville, Kentucky. Police entered her apartment during a late-night, no-knock raid while she was asleep. Breonna was unarmed. Her boyfriend fired one shot believing intruders had broken in, Second Amendment rights. Police returned fire, killing Breonna. No officers were charged directly for her death, intensifying national conversation about policing and accountability. And do you know they tried to charge the boyfriend? Because in America, you do not have the right to bear arms if you are a black man. Patterns of escalation, dismissal, and delayed outrage is why white people, their blood is stained in Minnesota right now. Okay? Now, I feel like I'm done. I'm not. Psych. Thought you got rid of me, didn't you? All right, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about why people are panicking now, all right? Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.
This isn't just another church event. This is Impartation Conference, March 13th through 15th in Atlanta, Georgia. And this time, it's personal.
We are building a safe space where you can love God without fear, a space where you're not judged, but seen, heard, and honored for who you are.
This is your moment to grow. bro, not just in spirit, but by the clarity, the shift, the alignment is already happening.
And those dreams you buried, we're reviving them. We're breaking mental caps, tearing down limits, and helping you step into the version of you that was always possible.
This is more than a conference. It's a homecoming for your soul. Break free, grow deep, dream bold. Join us March 13th to 15th at the Renaissance Atlanta Airport Gateway Hotel. Register now at impartationconference.org.
Safe Space, refuge for growth and healing. Want to be connected to all that Safe Space has to offer? Join our email community. Stay in the loop with inspirational insights and updates. Join our email community and connect with like-minded individuals on the path to self-discovery. Sign up now.
Find your tribe in a safe, supportive space. Join the Safe Space private community and connect with others who get it. We're waiting for you. Stay connected wherever you are with lives and video drops. Text V Terrell Hill to 833-458-3658 for instant updates and powerful insights. Join the text community now. Curious about what's next? Book an intuitive tarot reading with V Terrell Hill and get the clarity you need. Your future awaits. Heal from within and transform your life. Schedule a soul healing consultation and take the first step towards wholeness. Start your journey today.
Click the Linktree link inside of the description box connected to this video for all of what the Safe Space universe has to offer.
Now you see exactly why black people sat at home this whole fucking time, because it was supposed to be us. You thought it was going to be us. And we said no. It was supposed to be us with the knees on our backs. It was supposed to be us with the bullets in our chest. It was supposed to be us getting dragged away, which is why the Trump administration was so antagonistic of black people to begin with. When they figured out that we weren't going to show up, that we weren't going to take the bait, they still had to figure out a way to put the fear of God in people. And you didn't think that it would be you. You thought that they would find someone else. You thought that you would be able to sit back and just say, oh my God, that's so terrible. Why would they treat people like that? And be able to live above it, but it's you. Tyranny always comes for you at some point. And it's here. Another person, another white man, another apparently straight white man with a good career serving his community is dead at the hands of ICE. Bullets in his chest for standing up to the American government. It wasn't supposed to be you, was it? It wasn't supposed to be you. You didn't think the leopards would eat your face, but this was the plan all along. The only wrinkle to the plan is that they thought that they would use black bodies like they always did. Through slavery, through Jim Crow, through the black codes, through the civil rights movement, they thought that they would be able to establish their power, that they're this new world order, that the secret police are legitimate, by showing you what they were willing to do and capable of doing to black bodies. But black bodies didn't show up. And now they're using you. Now they're saying it's illegal to go into your house without a judicial warrant. That's what they're doing. And I'm going to tell you something, we ain't showing up. We still not doing it. What's happening here is not right. But no longer will black people put themselves on the front lines for people who are willful in making sure that we're cannon fodder when the rubber meets the road. Rest in peace to that man, Jeffrey, man. You didn't deserve that. You were just trying to defend somebody. And I'm sorry that it's you. I'm so sorry that it's you. But they didn't think that it would be y'all. And here we are.
Hi, my name is Vito Hill, and welcome to Safe Space. I come live every Monday and Thursday. Text V Terrell Hill to 833-458-3658 to be notified when I come live. Text V Terrell Hill to 833-458-3658 to be notified when I come live. If you want to support this show, you can Cash App, Safe Space VTH, $ Safe Space VTH, PayPal and Zelle is info@vterrellhill.com, and the Venmo is at V Terrell Hill. You want to send me something nice? I'll open something nice live in front of you guys. P.O. Box 221, Wisconsin, North Carolina, 27377. I'll be live in the private community. I'm doing pretty good on time. So I'll be live in the private community, let's say at 11:15. At 11:15, we'll be live in the private community. Join me over there. It's only $2.99 a month. Every time I go live, we do an after show, and we chat about whatever comes to our mind. We had an old relationship workshop this past Thursday. I have a spirituality and consciousness community. I teach how to tap into the power that's already in you. You don't need a religion for that. You don't need a denomination. You sure as heck don't need no pastor. You need belief in yourself. And I teach and pray every Thursday and Saturday. Thursday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard, Saturday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard. Go to www.joinsafespace.com for 4 days for free, okay? Email me, info@vterrellhill.com. Last but not least, like, share, subscribe, and comment. Like, share, subscribe, and comment, all right? I love this. Let's see. They broke it and they got to fix it. We're at home minding our Black business, right? Yes. I will never believe mainstream news. No, Lord Jesus, no. And not even CNN, nor some of the others that are now ran by Larry Ellison et al. Here is the deal. There is nothing to rejoice about in this. Nobody wins when innocent blood is taken. I do want to say that innately and historically, the average, not every white person, the average white person doesn't have the empathy required to shift the narrative and the culture of this country. Interesting enough, it takes the group that has a deep innate empathy and spirituality, along with the few white allies that are able to tap into that, to organize and rally to change the narrative. Will that happen in 2026? I'm not sure, because a lot of Black people they felt betrayed by white women, Hispanics, and other minorities in the 2024 elections, and rightfully so. I know I did. So it's not just that Black people know how to march, it's that we know how to message. We know how to communicate in a way that gets the attention of the world. Every racial group has their gifts they can bring to the table. But when it comes to changing or shifting the narrative in America, Black folks know how to do that. But yet, we're reserved. And rightfully so. So I don't know. Now, let me tell you what I mean by that. Governor Tim Walz, this pisses me off so bad, writes a statement that says that Donald Trump and him and Donald Trump and I had a productive conversation, and we're going to be ABCD moving forward. In what reality? And this is where whiteness shows up always. And the crux of the movement, whiteness shows up. What do you mean, V. Terrell Hill? Shouldn't the governor be working with the president? Yeah, if it is an upright president. But what kind of productive conversation are you having when you have allowed your administration to illegally take the lives of American citizens? Whiteness. There is no productive conversation when you are a murderer. But I believe there are certain white people that don't have the internal makeup to understand it for what it is. Murder. Period. What kind of productive conversation can you have with a president that allowed lies to spew on both white victims in Minnesota? What kind of productive conversation are you having with a president that took the MLK holiday off of the free access to national parks? Where is the productivity in that? And this is why this country, that's why I'm not sure that after all that has happened, anything's really going to change. Because whiteness is too passive. It's too passive. Donald Trump is not a good faith actor in this. But Tim Walz don't know what to do. He's never had to exercise this part of his humanity before. So he don't even know how to act. But we got to come together to make to bring unity. We got to show as a force. So even if the conversation wasn't productive, then we'll all agree to put productive in our tweets. Unity how? Unity where? Well, don't you think that it would be good for the governor to do that? No, it's a lie. Uncover the lie. But you need a certain kind of infrastructure for that. Just to call a spade a spade. That's not the major qualities of our other brothers and sisters. That's what we do. Nah, that nigga a liar. We just say straight up, here come John. You know that nigga be lying. Then when John come up, we're like, hey, you lying stuff. Hey, John, where you been? I was at 7-Eleven. You know you lying. Where would you go for real? We ain't holding no punches because it's John. You just tell the truth. We have the power to change narrative. Others don't. Let me say this. There isn't a grand master call for Asians to go boots on the ground. There isn't a national narrative of apology for Hispanics who voted for this primarily. Why do they really want black folks? Number one, because our pain is normalized. And number two, when we put our hands on something, it changes. I think that's all I got. Now I have to say this. I'm not anti-white. I am not anti-white. I promise to God I'm not. But if you think I'm centering you, you're anti a good mind. I think that a real movement takes all allies coming together. So at the same time, I think it is my responsibility to tell you all that listen to me that hating white people across the board, a blank check of hatred of white people, ain't it. Keep your checkbook out. Just don't write on it yet. Because there are some allies. There are some Pentecostal, traditional, tongue-talking allies. There are some allies in the Asian community and in the Hispanic communities. But we must do the diligence and inventorying who is who. And no one should get labeled an ally just because you went over their house and y'all are both shooting, both wanted the Eagles to win another Super Bowl. They ain't no ally. All right. Okay. All right. I'm done. What I said, 11:15? Oh, I'm doing good too. We might can do it earlier than 11:15 because I think that's it. I think that's it. Y'all, this is going to be a hey Gary. Good evening, bro. It's been a while since I've been on, but been rebuilding some things in my life. Great to be back. Good to see you, man. I thought about you recently, Pastor. It's good to see you. I want you guys to treat those of you all that follow me deeply. I want you to treat how you view this country and how you view other citizens in this country. Treat it how you view your relationship with God. Very individualized, extremely individualized. Does it work for you? Not the culture of your neighborhood, not the mass direction of your county. Does it work for you? And if it works for you, rock it. If it don't work for you, do not bow to persuasion. Do not bow. All right. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching me. This was really good, so informative. Thank you so much, Cooker. I appreciate it. I enjoy doing this. I really enjoy doing this. I'm scared to click this, but it ain't got my attention. Listen, that stinks to us, blacks and whites. We all love Reverend Martin Luther King, Luke telling the truth. We are all God's people. And are we all God's people? In context to that blanket generalized comment, yeah. The problem is that, and here's how, Lord, I can't get into this. Let me put this back up real quick. I'm about to blow my 11:15. Let me just say this really quick. Oh, gosh, really quick. Yeah, somebody text me in 5 minutes. Don't let me go past 5 minutes because we got to do the after show at 11:15. Let me put this back up too. Here is the problem. Because of the need for group thought, it has allowed sheep and wolves to be able to coexist together. What do I mean? What makes a Christian? Do you believe in Jesus Christ? Have you accepted the Lord as your personal Savior? Yes. Okay, we're all brothers and sisters. I think that's the most erroneous approach to God. Or you got the Christians and the Muslims are not good, or Muslim thinks Christians are bad, or or whatever religion you want to use. I think that is such a lazy approach to understanding God. There is no diversity in our God expression and God journey. I'll just use God's journey because I can't think of the other word. We accept God by assimilating to whatever group introduced us to God or whatever group is most influential to us about God. We do not accept God as our personal Lord and Savior. We accept God by whatever group is most influential about God. So then if someone who is anti-black is in your influential group, I have to almost accept them as God's child because we're in the same group. And that is dangerous because then you can control a whole country by using the name of God. We got to get back to introducing God to the individual. I open up my heart and I seek God for me so that I can discern who is God's child and who's not for me. Now, I don't have the right to tell you if you're God's child or not because I'm not God. But I have the right to tell you if you're the God of my understandings, if you're in alignment with the God of my understanding. That don't align with my understanding of God. I'm telling you, in the days to come, we're going to see people like, was it 2319 Church? Was a government psyop to control black people's minds. Now, don't you think that's not real? That is real, real. Oh God, what Caribbean, oh man, what island was it? I was just reading this. No, a Sacred Space member put an article in Sacred Space that she wanted us to read, and it went like this. The Catholic priest was preaching a gospel of liberation that was causing a stir, an uproar amongst the everyday people in that nation. Whatever this uproar and stir was not beneficial to America. So you know what America did? The CIA did? They financed Christians to go over there and be missionaries. Why? Because the Christian doctrine demands submission to authority. Now, allegedly, the Christians that went to go missionary the gospel over there did not know where the money was coming from. But the Christian doctrine was used by the CIA to turn an entire nation lest they started fighting for their own freedom. And if you think that's not happening over here in America, then you have not been paying attention to the signs. And I don't know, I can't say for sure, but if I was a betting man, Philip Anthony Mitchell and 2319 is one of those type of churches that's financed by something bigger to keep a narrative and keep black folks' mouths closed. If I was a betting man, I can't say for sure, I don't got no proof, but I was a betting man. Jesus has been used as a weapon. Oh, I just got my 5-minute warning. Oh, God dog it. All right, I got to stop because what time is it? 10:49. Jesus has been used as a weapon. I didn't say Jesus is a weapon. I said Jesus has been used as a weapon to control, broader. Religion has been used as a tool to control the masses. You will not, in my most sincerest opinion, find all of God inside of the box of religion. May I go further? I don't know if you can be religious and not be misogynistic. I don't know if you can't be religious and believe that every human has autonomy and agency. The very story of the birth of Jesus has elements of rape culture. Okay. All right. Let me go, child. Okay. Overtime. I'm tired. All right. If you want to be notified, am I wrong? If you want to be notified when I come live, text Terrell Hill to 833-458-3658. Text Terrell Hill to 833-458-3658 to be notified when I come live. If you enjoyed the show today, and you want to support this platform, if I get 10 of you to send $10, Cash App is Safe Space VTH, the PayPal Zelle info at vterrellhill.com, and the Venmo is at vterrellhill. Safe Space VTH is the Cash App. PayPal and Zelle is info at vterrellhill.com, and the Venmo is at vterrellhill. If you send me something nice, I'll open something nice. P.O. Box 221, Worcester, North Carolina 27377. P.O. Box 221, Worcester, North Carolina 27377. We're going live in the after show at 11:15. All right, that is 15 plus 9 minutes, which is 24 minutes. In 24 minutes, that's too long, ain't it, guys? Let's move it up to 11:10. 11:10 after show. 11:10. $2.99 a month. Click the Linktree link in the video description box of Facebook or YouTube. If you're on YouTube, desktop or laptop, there's a join button somewhere near this live. You can join there. Watching on Twitch or Instagram, come to Facebook or YouTube, click the Linktree link. Join my spirituality and conscious community. If I just piqued your interest a little bit and my talk about the exploration of learning, understanding God, if I picture just a little bit, then go to www.joinsafespace.com, www.joinsafespace.com. I teach every Thursday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and every Saturday I pray, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Email me at info@vterrellhill.com. Last but not least, like, share, subscribe, and comment. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. Let's see here. That thought process irritates me. People thinking that God needs religion to exist, right? Black preachers with white spirits. Come on now. Go 5 more minutes. No. I am done because I got to rest tonight. I got a busy day tomorrow, and we still got to do the after show. And I'm probably going to give me a little snack. All right. Y'all be blessed. I'll see y'all in the after show at, let's say, 11:10. 11:10. I'll see y'all in the after show. Y'all be blessed.
This isn't just another church event. This is Impartation Conference, March 13th through 15th in Atlanta, Georgia. And this time, it's personal.
We are building a safe space where you can love God without fear, a space where you're not judged, but seen, heard, and honored for who you are.
This is your moment to grow, not just in spirit, but life. The clarity, the shift, the alignment is already happening.
And those dreams you buried, we're reviving them. We're breaking mental caps, tearing down limits, and helping you step into the version of you that was always possible.
This is more than a conference. It's a homecoming for your soul. Break free, grow deep, dream bold. Join us March 13th to 15th at the Renaissance Atlanta Airport Gateway Hotel. Register now at impartationconference.org.
Safe Space, refuge for growth and healing. Want to be connected to all that Safe Space has to offer? Join our email community. Stay in the loop with inspirational insights and updates. Join our email community and connect with like-minded individuals on the path to self-discovery. Sign up now.
Find your tribe in a safe, supportive space. Join the Safe Space private community and connect with others who get it. We're waiting for you. Stay connected wherever you are with lives and video drops. Text V Terrell Hill to 833-458-3658 for instant updates and powerful insights. Join the text community now. Curious about what's next? Book an intuitive tarot reading with V Terrell Hill and get the clarity you need. Your future awaits. Heal from within and transform your life. Schedule a soul healing consultation and take the first step towards wholeness. Start your journey today.
Click the Linktree link inside of the description box connected to this video for all of what the Safe Space universe has to offer.
Safe space.